Greetings everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be continuing with the second lesson on positive self-talk. And our focus today will be how you can develop or cultivate or promote positive self-talk. This is important because by default, people easily remember bad stuff. People easily remember the negative things that happen to them. And consequently, their self-talk, most often than not, is negative. This therefore means that it is imperative that you seek ways through which you can make your self-talk to be positive. You need to be able to promote positive self-talk to make sure that the ideas that pass in your head in that quiet time are ideas that can help you to grow, ideas that can help you to feel better, and ideas that can motivate you and encourage you to try even harder. How can we do this? The first way to promote positive self-talk is by being intentional. You cannot allow your mind to switch into default. You will need to actively watch your thoughts and to strive to filter out the negative thoughts so as to be able to focus on those thoughts that are positive, those thoughts that motivate you, and those thoughts that make you feel fulfilled. Secondly, it is advisable that you talk to yourself in the second person. What I mean is, instead of saying, I can do it, instead of saying, I am up to the task, I will choose to say, you can do this, friend. This may look simple, but it's very, very advantageous because it puts you in a coaching position and makes you talk to yourself as if you were talking to a friend. This is a great advantage and is the best way you can cultivate self-talk. Thirdly, in order to cultivate or to promote positive self-talk, you will need to turn all the negative statements into positive statements. Someone might have told you that you will never amount to anything. They might have told you you are not good at anything. You cannot sit and allow their opinions about you to become your reality. You need to actively take all those negative statements and transform them into positive statements. Tell yourself you can do it. Tell yourself you are still alive today for a reason, and try to identify that purpose and chase it up. You cannot allow negative thoughts to cloud your mind. You have the capacity to turn your life into whatever direction you choose to. But it always has to start in the mind. Negative self-talk can never, ever give you a positive life. The fourth way to develop positive self-talk is to avoid what I call negative self-talk traps. This implies that you will have to be able to identify situations and people that trigger negative self-talk and try as much as possible to avoid them, or at least prepare for them in advance. Remind yourself that your happiness depends on you. Remind yourself that you can always be as happy as you wish to, and no one else has to decide for you how you should feel. No circumstance will decide how happy you should get. That is one of the ways of building positive self-talk. Last but not the least, you have to make sure that your positive self-talk is realistic. I say this with an accent because positive self-talk will be foolish if it is all illusional. Self-talk does not have to be unnatural. It does not have to be unrealistic or falsely optimistic. There must be a balance between your optimism and the reality. For instance, saying you are going to learn from your mistakes is very realistic. But saying your actions are going to be perfect, you are not going to make any mistakes, or you are going to live a life of no difficulty, or you are going to achieve a very big dream in a very short period of time, those are unrealistic and falsely optimistic dreams. If you happen to discover that you've tried to use positive self-talk, but it's still very difficult for you to make changes, then maybe a good idea for you to consider seeing a therapist. And this is because frequent self-criticism or harsh inner judgment could be a sign of a mental disorder, such as depression, that requires treatment before it degenerates into something more complicated. Whatever happens, remember you need to cultivate your self-talk. You need to develop your self-talk and make it an everyday activity. Every day you wake up, you could start by identifying 3 things you are grateful for. Ruminate them in your head and let them set the pace for your day. Thank you for always watching, and God bless you.